What's up, world? Let me tell you about this beard growth oil I got from 12 tribes on Earth. 8 ounces of oily goodness with a nozzle that prevents sprays and spills, and soft ingredients that make it perfect addition to anyone's morning routine. From coconut to castor, all these oils are hand chosen. After using this herbal blend, the biggest thing I noticed is how soft and how strong my hair was, and how good I feel. Pick up your bottle today and make your beard the star of the show.
Shalom, family. Good to see everyone here. Hope you're doing well. Well, there's a lot more people uploading over on TikTok advising what they are saying black people to stay out of groups of white people. Some of them even said, I'm white and I won't even go out with groups of white people because it never turns out good. And when I reflect back on some of the videos I would see, like I would see brawls out at Walmart parking lots, and it would be them. It would be them. And you would just see this big old brawl break out. And I was like, why can't you just get in your car and leave like a normal person? What's up with all this fighting? And I saw several videos like that with them folks, and they're out in big mobs brawling somewhere. So look, y'all, it's good advice. I even showed some of the videos to my son, but see, I had told my son this long before Nolan Wells, long before that. Oh, and by the way, because some people were asking if Christine Wansley's husband is Nolan's biological father. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Now, I don't know if they were married when she gave birth, because Wells is Christine, his mother's maiden name. So they could have had Nolan prior to being married, but Wells was her maiden name, and that was why Nolan had that last name. So he is the biological father. So anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen, because just looking at some of these replies, it's really interesting, especially who it's coming from. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Thank you.
As a white individual, I don't even hang out with white people like that. Anytime a group of Caucasians have accumulated in a designated area, something bad's going to happen. And as a black person or a person of color, you don't need to be there. You don't. White people aren't safe. If you are the only black individual in that friend group, you don't need to be in that friend group. Get the fuck out of that friend group. What happened to Nolan Wells could happen to you. And I don't care how much evidence that law enforcement agency covers up and hides. If they classify him as a suicide or an accidental death, we all know that his friends, his supposed friends, they murdered him. There are so many black individuals who recently have been classified as suicides. We all know that they were lynched. Why? Because white people did something terrible, and the law enforcement agency covered that shit up. Stop hanging out with white people. We are not safe. And unfortunately, under this administration, white individuals who have racist tendencies and who are racist, they feel emboldened enough that they know that they are going to get away with it. Stop hanging out with white people. Stop doing it. And trust me, I'm not offended if you are a Black individual and you don't come near me and talk to me or any of that. You don't need to give me your time. Trust me, while I know I am a safe individual, you don't know I'm a safe individual.
You know, not only that, if you go back and look over the last few years, a couple of our women that went on these dates with white men ended up disappearing or getting unalive after meeting them for a date. That's nothing but luring our people in. They had no intentions when they're talking to Black women online on these dating sites. They don't have no intentions on getting serious with you. A lot of times they're just entrapping you. That's why we see this is another common way that they take our people out. And I mean, I know some people want to meet someone nice and, you know, and hook up and stuff, but these dating apps, I'm sorry, that ain't it. That ain't it. It is too dangerous. Not only for men, it's way too dangerous for women. And they're always going to take you to some far off remote place, some hiking trail or some crazy place where you're completely in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, you know, not only will they befriend you and pretend like they're cool with you and all that, they'll also try to entrap you. And we got to make sure we don't end up in these situations at all.
And while I try my best to outwardly say I am a safe individual, plenty of racist people say the same thing, and look how it ends up. Stop trusting white people.
I read a report that in Springfield, Ohio, Haitians are being asked to wear ankle monitors. And baby, the ICE agents are the ones that are putting these ankle monitors.
When I was little, my mom would tell me that I could not hang out with a bunch of white girls. She's white. She's white. I'm adopted. Not too much on me. And she would tell me, like, you cannot hang out with a group of white girls. Like, you could have white friends, but you don't do that. Like, don't do that. And I was like, cool, that's not my tea anyways, but sure, queen. Anyways, when I went to high school, I was best friends with one girl, one white girl, best friends, all of high school.
You don't have to take on everything. And this is one of those situations that I am choosing not to take on. I won't get into the weeds, but this is the one thing that this story made me want to share with you guys. It's time as Black people that we begin to play the offense. What do I mean by play the offense? Honestly and truthfully, stay out of the company of white people. That's really all I got. And I'm not trying to imply that all white people are bad, but it is just easier to stay out of the company of white people when you can. Some of y'all wear it as a badge of honor that you send your children to all white schools. That is not a badge of honor that your daughter is the only Black girl in the class. It is just easier to stay out of the company of white people. I know that it's not possible in all instances. I know your kids want to be in sports and they want to be in all these different things. And some of us live in very, very, very diverse neighborhoods. Stop letting your children go in white folks' house unsupervised. Stop sending your children unattended to white folks' birthday parties and they the only Black child there and there's 13 other little white kids. And I'm not saying don't let your children play with white children. What I'm saying is let them play with them in your yard so you can watch them, so you can facilitate what's going on. Okay? Put your children in soccer on the Black side side of town. Send your children to black high schools. Send your children to HBCUs. It's one less thing to have to deal with. Life is already complicated as is. Ain't no need in going around and adding no extra complication to it by keeping the company of white folks, okay? And for my white followers out there, especially the one that was on the cruise with me, shout out to Philly Whitefish. I'm not saying that all white people are bad, and I'm not trying to imply that they're all bad. I'm simply saying we, right now in this time, we don't have the luxury of being able to sit back and filter out which one is bad and which one is good. We don't have the time. Just stay the hell away from all of them, especially ones that you don't know, especially in public. Mind your black business, keep to your black self, and keep your children in black environments.
I hope I won this cash free. I done played that bit. I done spent $50.
Can I go ride their bikes with Devin and them?
Who the hell is that?
My white friend.
You hell no, you're not going nowhere with them. You don't see what's going on out here on this internet. They done took that young man life, Nolan, and the other boys missing, and then and stuff that happened to him. I don't want you around none of them going nowhere without me being able to see.
But my white friend ain't like that.
Baby, right now I don't trust nobody. And the way this justice system covering for them, baby, hell no. And if you talking about that little white boy who mama's a prosecutor, you damn sure ain't going around them. Because soon as something happens, they going to cover it up. I don't want you near. If they want to go somewhere, they come over here to my house because I got cameras every goddamn one. And I can see what's going on. You not going no more. Don't go. You not going to no pool, no lake, no river, no beach, nowhere. You ain't going inside their house. I don't trust them. Too much going on. Now don't ask me, can you go nowhere with them? And I told you I better not catch you with them. I don't want you with them right now, especially hanging out there without me being able to see you. Because something happened to you, I'm going to go take their mammy, their daddy, their grandmammy, everybody like. Okay, do you hear me? I'm going to do something to them about you. So right now ain't the time. I'm seeing too much going on to these black young men, and I don't want nothing to happen to mine. Because something happened to you. Her Devin, the mammy, grandmammy, granddaddy, whoever, are going to meet you, going to be down there with you. They're going to be buried where you right next to you, around the corner from you. I'm not having it. Please don't ask me. I'm already upset about this Nolan case. I'm upset about how they hiding this baby. And I took his throat and all that there. Honey, you don't know. It's a lot going on. Now, you be on the internet playing the robots. Go look what's going on with these young black boys. Go read about it. Them been his friends for a long time since they was kids. And look what happened to him. Now they covering up, won't even come up and talk and tell for them. They ain't your friends. Ain't nobody your friend but me and God. And your siblings, you got them. And that's why I raised y'all to be close. Hang with each other. You don't need no outside friends. Now get out my face. You better listen to what I'm saying, Katie. I'm dead damn serious. I don't give a damn about you being mad.
I don't care if I get canceled for this, but black people got to stop hanging around groups of white people, especially when you're a fucking teenager. You have got to stop hanging around a whole bunch of fucking white people. If you're going to, make sure you're not the only one. Please make sure. I don't give a fuck how good you grew up. You grew up around mainly white people. Make sure you're not the only one. Please make sure.
Boy, our people are really bringing it online. And yeah, and I'm seeing all that, oh, that's racist. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. When somebody's life is lost and y'all come along with it, well, you won't hang with white people, that's right. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody's trying to hear that. Y'all are wasting your time with that, especially now when people feel a certain way about what happened to Nolan Wells and others. And yes, I did hear about the black woman that was hanging in Jackson, Mississippi. I heard that earlier this morning. I did. And y'all, it is just not safe. These are things that have been happening the entire time. It's just that Nolan Wells just got amplified. And it just kind of blew up because of the circumstances, and on top of that, the inconsistencies in those white teenager stories that got to go home after being out and about in the water for the 4th of July. They came home, and the only melanated person that was with them didn't. We heard this a million times. We done heard it a million times. And people are no longer playing. And I'm just glad that our people are online laying the law down. Oh no, I'm not going nowhere, and I'm the only this and only that, and I'm not going to let my kids go either, or my grandkids. Good. We're finally getting the message. I sure wish we would have got the message long before now. But I really truly believe a lot of our folks are getting it. And I'm just surprised that any of the white folks are getting online and telling you stay away from groups of white people. Wow. You know, I was not expecting to see that like I am. And I'm seeing both white men and white women on these videos saying just that. Don't let your black children go out with groups of white people. White people are not safe. Their own people are saying that. They're not safe. So, y'all, this whole thing has gotten very interesting with Nolan. And if nothing else, I'm glad it's being used as an example to show other young people what not to do. And I think it is getting through to them because quite a few young people are telling their experiences of feeling uncomfortable at times around groups of white people, or they had a bad experience being around a group of white people. So they're telling their stories. And I think that is a very good thing. You know, you're really teaching other young people the reality of what some people are like and what they are like historically. These folks have never changed, y'all. We're just in a different time and date, but they have never, ever, ever changed. This is really, remember, they are the offspring of the ones that were smiling and grinning under a tree while the strange fruit was hanging above. They were raised by those people. Enough said. Yeah, well, see, that's what's going on now. It is a form of separation, and we must keep the momentum going, not just with the Asian stores or staying out of African braiding shops. No, we got to keep this going. We absolutely do. You know, as long as we can keep it going, then the Most High will be with us, and He will keep us safe, and He will keep us out of harm's way from these people. They won't be able to lure any of us because we are tied in with our Father. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I do have another upcoming video because I'm noticing, and I don't know if any of you are, how the Haitians are conveniently trying to change history, saying, you know, they were all involved in our history. And no, they weren't. And they keep saying they were in places during a time of chattel slavery and they weren't there. So, or they're saying American history and Haitian history is the same. No, it isn't. And I thought y'all said we didn't have no culture and you had a country to go to. I thought you said that. Now y'all want to be clicked in with us on history? You want to be the same as us? I mean, make up your damn mind. Seriously, make up your mind. 1 minute, we ain't no good. We're lazy. We don't want to work. We have no culture. And that's how you're done. Now, after you lost TPS, our history is exactly the same. The Haitians have done so much for Black Americans. Oh, we helped build this country. We did this. We did that. No, y'all are nowhere in the history like that. I mean, damn. What do you think this is going to do? Seriously, what is this going to do? We're going to just sit and listen to you and go, oh, my bad. Let's back them up now. That's not going to happen. But yeah, now all of a sudden, the whole time we went through chattel slavery, the Haitians were right there with us. They were right there with them on. This is just as bad as the Mexicans saying they were in the Civil War too. And I was like, wait a minute. Do you realize photography existed during the Civil War? That entire war was photographed. Ain't nary Mexican in any of the photographs. You see white soldiers on the Confederate and Union side. You see black soldiers on the Confederate and Union side. Okay? But Mexicans ain't seeing nary Mexican out there. Don't see no photo of you being out there. This is right up there with, oh, well, the Irish were slaves too. But that's awfully funny how the Irish were slaves, but in all of the photographs that were taken during chattel slavery, I only see one group of people out there in that baking hot sun. But it's amazing how everybody is tied into us all of a sudden. So we'll get into that at 1:45. But yeah, now you're claiming our history is exactly the same. It's nothing alike. And since y'all been saying this entire time, you got culture and we don't, why don't you go get back to your culture and go back to Haiti? You know, you said you got a land to go back to. Well, have at it. Have at it. Get your butt on over there to your land, and that way you can get back into your culture with your people. But I'm noticing a pattern. They don't want to leave. They don't want to leave, y'all. They don't want to leave. Unbelievable. So I will see you at 1:45. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon. And don't forget to pick up your hair products. I'm just looking out the window. UPS is here right now picking up all of the orders. All praises to the Most High, because it's raining out there. I don't want my stuff to get rained on. So y'all, I will see you at 1:45. Have a wonderful day. Boaz, Yasharella, 9626. Thank you for the 10 jewels and gold coin. Thank you so much for your support for my channel. I deeply appreciate it. Shalom, family.